Do you like DC Comics? Do you like lesbians?
Huh?
Do you like lesbians fighting?
Yeah.
Do you like farts? Do you like inflation? Do you like pedophilia?
I would not lie. We Dutch are very honest. Blunt, as you say. Which is why I must tell you, you look like a stripper if stripper was a baby.
Oh, shucks. That's exactly what I was going for.
Then you'll love Harley Quinn's fartacular, silent but deadly comic. Yeah! Yeah! But before we get into the Shakespearean masterpiece that this comic is, let's take a look at the people that created it. The people that created it real quick. Let's start with the writer. Back in 2024, before the book released, she had to clarify that it's not a fetish book, it's an April Fool's Day comedy one-shot special. There's nothing comedic about this entire book. It's not fucking funny. You won't laugh. You won't fucking, I can guarantee you. In the first couple pages, Poison Ivy farts and Harley Quinn smells it and she's like, it smells like roses, do another. How is that not fetish content? How is that not fart fetish content? It is. This bitch is lying. And also the editor is like a tranny and they look really scary and they look like Dexter's brother and they scare me. I just wanted to bring that up. Alright, I'm gonna do a super brief rundown of the plot real quick. Harley Quinn is a lesbian. Poison Ivy is her girlfriend.
Wow.
Poison Ivy farts and gets embarrassed. It becomes a lesbian fight. Then Harley Quinn tries to find a way to make Poison Ivy less embarrassed. She finds a poem written by some guy who I think existed in real life about his wife farting.
Bruh.
I'm not fucking looking up the poem, I don't care. So then Harley Quinn's like, I'll just show this to Poison Ivy to show her that it's okay to fart and shit. So then she goes into the museum and tries to steal the papers. But then a Dutch woman shows up and says, I was cursed, I need those papers to get this curse away from me because my husband died and no one will ever love me again if I keep farting and shitting like this. So and then the Dutch woman steals the papers and then Harley Quinn goes back to Poison Ivy and but then Harley Quinn gets cursed with the farting curse and she can't stop farting. LOL, lol guys, I'm lolling, I'm LMFAO. So and then Harley Quinn can't stop farting, so and then she calls Plastic Man to come help her. And he makes a suit around her so when she farts, she gets really fat. We'll talk about that later. So and then Harley Quinn catches back up with the Dutch woman and she starts freaking out because she can't reverse the curse. And then Plastic Man wants to fuck her even though she's farting fire. So and then the Dutch woman is all happy because she gets fucked by Plastic Man or something. I don't know. So and then Harley Quinn goes back to Poison Ivy, who's still really angry at her, and she apologizes, and then Poison Ivy forgives her. And then they kiss. Okay. And then they call a magician. What the fuck? I do not know nothing about DC Comics. And then they call a magician to reverse the curse on Harley Quinn's farting issue. And then the magician says it's not a curse. She's just lactose intolerant. I have no idea what any of this comic has to do with April Fools whatsoever. Last I checked, April Fools is not about smelling other people's farts and saying, so good. Maybe the joke is that DC puts out like a really shitty comic, but that's not really a joke because they kind of just already do that all the time. I can't describe how unfunny this is. Every single joke it feels like it was written by a 40-year-old cat lady, which that's exactly who fucking wrote it. For some ungodly reason, Batman's in this comic. What happens in this scene basically is Harley Quinn is telling Poison Ivy that it is okay to fart, that men do it all the time, and the only reason Poison Ivy feels uncomfortable about farting is because the patriarchy, that's what she fucking says. The patriarchy from Barbie is keeping her down. And then Batman, for some reason, is very, nice. And he's like, I don't care what you do with your bodies as long as it isn't against the law. Which is very reasonable from Batman's part. And then Poison Ivy knees Batman in the chin and says, men make the laws! Also, enhance image. Why is there a camel toe right there? That's not important though. The important thing is Harley Quinn is easily defeating Batman. She hits him with a flying kick. He doesn't react. She's pushing him against the wall with her forearm when she is like 5'2" and he's like 6'2", and she's She has him in a chokehold. His arms are completely free. His legs are completely free. He can grab something from his utility belt. Just completely choke him. It doesn't matter. She's not even paying attention. Then she has him in a chokehold and he's bent over. Once again, his arms are completely free. He could dead leg her. He could poke her eyes out. He could rip her fucking hair. But he's not doing anything. And then she knees him, and he's holding his arm back instead of trying to block the knee. Why? Because this comic is shit. The people who made this are very persistent on saying that it's a comedy comic and not a fetish comic. That it is funny and it is for comedic purposes. Every single page that is drawn, every single joke that is said, I can just see these three specific people being like, wait, wouldn't it be funny if Harley Quinn walked away from the explosion with her back to it while wearing friggin' epic sunglasses? Wait, wouldn't it be funny if this Dutch woman showed up and she farted fire and flew away on fart fire? Wait, guys, hear me out. Wouldn't it be funny if Harley Quinn was talking to Plastic Man and she kept saying euphemisms for fart, egg basket? Oh, I'm gonna go pet my cat. Another weird joke is the Dutch woman saying that Harley Quinn looks like a stripper if a stripper was a baby. I guess that's an attempt at a joke. Wasn't really funny, so I don't know why that's in there. I don't know what editor read that. Okay, I actually do know the editor that read that and was like, ha ha ha, stripper baby. It was this one. And another thing that's not funny at all is Plastic Man making a suit for Harley Quinn out of his own body to contain her farts. And he inflates and gets bigger and bigger as a suit, and then Harley Quinn is waddling around really fat because she's wearing this suit that's full of her own farts. What the fuck am I saying, dude? What is this comic, dude? How did this get through, dude? What the fuck? I thought DC made cool things like The Flash and Batman and Superman. There's a Starman. What happened to that, dude? What happened to Batman? Batman.
I know, I had a dream. It's only 1 a.m.
When Bonnie's running down the hill, he stops when he sees a turtle. He looks over at the rules and says there's a rule that says no moving on the floor.